Hey friends, and welcome back. Today is the last day of February and there's something that I need to do. This year I am trying to do a video in the garden every month of the year so that at the end of the year I can go back and see all of the progression of the garden. So we're gonna go check out and see everything that's growing today, and I'd love to show you. All right, where do we want to start? We had a big storm roll through yesterday, very briefly, but it was very windy for most of the day yesterday. It blew around a lot of my tarps, so I need to get out here and get those fixed. I've got one row of mulching done, and I now need to get my hands on some cardboard for getting the mulching done. We've got some Brussels sprouts in the ground that have been in the greenhouse, and a broccoli. I don't think I'm going to get anything from this broccoli. I had it in a small pot from the fall, and it's already flowering. So it's at least going to live its best life out here until it's done. A bunch of seedlings out here getting some sun. Some more over there. So I want to show you something real quick. These seedlings were kept outside. I was just pulling them into the garage at night and then bringing them back inside. These ones I had in the greenhouse. Do you notice anything very different about these seedlings versus these seedlings? I do. And I learned something interesting. I can't remember who said it, so I apologize, whoever was the one that said it, but they said that if things like broccoli, when they're real leggy like this, is because they're too warm, because they'll actually grow faster than they're supposed to if they're in an environment that's too warm versus if they're cold like they like to be. So like these ones were in the greenhouse, they were a lot warmer in there than the ones that were outside. So just thought that was interesting. As far as seedlings go, we have a whole bunch of varieties of broccoli. We have purple cabbage, I have green cabbage, this is a green cabbage, that's green cabbage, these are a couple of green cabbages over here. These are rutabagas up front here. And I have cauliflower. Some of the cauliflower is just starting to come up. The first batch that I put in didn't sprout, not a single one. So I don't know if it was just bad seed, but I used different seed the second time. These are all broccolis that I saved myself from last year. Oh, that leaf got kind of stuck in there. Hold on. Let me rescue you. There you go. Poor guy. And then we have more cauliflower and more broccolis and more cabbages in that tray. Trays out there I'm bringing into the garage or putting them under the back porch at night, but I'm not bringing them into the greenhouse or back inside. This wagon here that I have of seedlings come into the house at night if it's going to be under 50 degrees. I have my basils and my dills in here. Do I have a couple? There's a couple of bell peppers in here. And then this is lamb's ear. That I just like grabbed one from the park and shook the seeds in here, and I'm hoping I can get a couple of them to live because I would really like to have that in my garden. But these ones come back inside at night and then they go back out in the day. They didn't go out yesterday because it was only 40 degrees for the high, so they just stayed inside yesterday. I'm using fish emulsion on my plants this year for the first time to fertilize them, and I feel like I can see a noticeable difference in them. I apparently didn't wash the fish emulsion off my hands very well. These two trays stay under the light unless it gets close to 60 degrees outside, and then I'll take them outside. But these are my peppers, all my different kinds of peppers. I have bell peppers, jalapenos, and habanadas in here. And I have a couple more rutabagas that are just starting to sprout. Once they sprout, then they go outside because they like it cold. And I have some of my tomatoes started, and then those tags are my daughter's tags that she made. Remember how our potatoes were looking really, really white when I opened the boxes? Well, look at them now. Sitting in the window, they're greening up. They're looking great. These will be ready to go in the ground soon. And then we have our sweet potato slips. They're doing really good too. I'm probably going to start breaking some of these longer ones off soon and getting them rooted. And then they won't go in the ground until we are very clear of frost. And no video would be complete without putting in some chick cuteness. These guys are a little bit over a week old. There are 16 of them left, and the buyer fell through, so I'm just gonna hang on to them. And then once I know who's a rooster and who is a lady, then we will try to sell them as pullets, the females. And until then, we're gonna enjoy their cuteness. I've got a lot of pruning I need to do. This rose bush needs pruned. The tea plants over there need pruned. The azaleas need pruned. I need to get some of my grains into the ground. They need some soft soil like this. The other alternative is that I can lay down some cardboard in some spots and then put compost on top of it, because they don't want to be planted where there's a bunch of mulch. They won't do well. So maybe I could lay some cardboard, do some compost, and then plant the grains into that. So much cleanup to do out here. It's crazy. Thinking about moving my chives too. I was out here trying to clean up some of these sunflowers, but I have garlic chives and then I have regular chives at the other end of this row that I just kind of plunked in here when I got them from a friend because I wasn't sure where I wanted to put them. But I'm thinking I'm going to move them so that I can use these tarps and not have to worry about covering up plants in here. Too much going on in the big garden. Let's go look at the herb garden. Like I said, I need to get my tea plants pruned. They are usually supposed to be pruned in February, so I'm just a little bit late on that, but we'll get out and get those pruned. You're trying to shape them like a hedge. Irises are coming up, and you can see the elderberry is sending shoots up all over the place. So I'll need to get in here and dig up these shoots and pot them up, and then I'll have them in my produce stand for sale. We got a little tiny rosemary back there, big rosemary over here. This rosemary is it's just so good. It's still flowering too, look. It's got these very pretty little flowers on here. And then we have some kale that's looking real good back there still too. The oregano is looking a little bit sad, but it will come back. And we'll have violets popping up in here. And this is our sage. It got like really dried out in the fall. I don't know if that's going to come back. If not, I do have seeds that I saved from it when it flowered last year. And our fennel is coming back. I need to get out here and prune these too. So the fennel is starting to come back. Now, this fennel hasn't formed bulbs. I don't know if it's because I have it back in this corner and it doesn't get a whole lot of sunshine. It gives me lots of seeds that I use for different recipes and stuff, but I haven't been able to get bulbs from this fennel. I've got the yarrow coming up over here. If you guys have any good recipes for yarrow, do you use it in salves? What do you like to do with your yarrow? I don't think we have any buds quite on our tree yet. But the blueberries are starting to bloom, which might be bad. We'll see. It might get cold again and zap all these blossoms like last year, or it could be okay. We'll see. Hopefully it'll stay warm. This garden needs a lot of work too. And these are the azaleas that need pruned. They're a little crazy. Those blueberries from the berry patch that was back there, I moved them closer to the house to see if it would help protect them from the cold. And then I also moved the asparagus over here. This one is coming up. I don't know what ate the top of that one, but this one's coming up. The other three asparaguses, this one is too, right here. That one's starting to come up too. But the other ones I haven't seen. There's one. Okay, I take it back. They are coming up. They're fine. Even though they get trampled on and animals, they are coming up. See? Right there. Awesome. Perfect. I haven't planted lettuce because I have so much volunteer lettuce coming up, but check this out, guys. I have a ramp on my house now. I won't have to carry my son up and down the stairs anymore in his wheelchair if he stops walking, because he gets like hip problems where he won't want to put weight on his legs for a couple days. So a group came this weekend and helped put the wheelchair ramp on my house, which is amazing and so helpful. Our strawberries put out all their runners in the fall and they're looking really good. We should have a nice bunch of strawberries this year. Maybe I'll actually get some instead of the toddler stealing them all. Most of what's going on right now are our seedlings that we have started and what's going on in this back garden here. Our garlic is looking so good. I'm really excited. I think these smaller garlics were the purple striped ones and the bigger garlics were the white ones. I'm pretty sure that that's why they look so different in size, is that why we use two different kinds of garlic. We've got some spinach coming up and I see a couple of carrots finally starting. I need to get in here and plant a bunch more spinach and carrots, and I might come back and fill in some of the spots where like some of the spinach didn't come up and just kind of fill it in. But I'm gonna wait a little while and make sure that they all came up. All the ones that were going to sprout have sprouted. There's our gorgeous onions. Don't they look so good? They look amazing. I moved one of the grapes back here. I need to put more mulch around it because the weeds are already starting to grow through. And then I have that hole dug for our other grape, and then we're gonna build that grape trellis here. Hopefully. We'll see. Random lettuce growing in the yard. All right, so this broccoli I've harvested off a couple times. I need to get out here and harvest all of this. Look at all of this. This is so good. The cauliflower, these were planted in the fall. Like all of these things were planted in the fall. These ones were from a friend. These ones were mine that I started late. I didn't fertilize them or anything. So they're still small. And the cauliflower, I think it got frozen because it was starting to form heads. And then the heads just kind of rotted in there. We had a couple nights that were really cold, like 16, 17. So I think that's what happened with those. We've got some more strawberries over here that just kind of like a runner went out of the container and went to the ground, and now they've spread over here too. And I've got some more strawberries sprinkled in there too. I still have a lot of cleanup back here that needs to get done. There might be a crew coming next month, either this month or next month, that can do a lot of help in the garden. And I have a couple sources for cardboard. I just have to get them to nail down a date and time that I can come pick up the cardboard, so that I can get the garden mulched and looking fabulous. So we don't have a whole ton going on in the garden right now. Most of our stuff is seedlings that we have, and we're getting ready for plant sales. So I'm gonna keep plucking away at planting seedlings. We still have to get tomatoes planted, and we have some herbs that need to get planted. I'm trying to think what else. I didn't plant lettuce because I have so many volunteers. I could plant arugula. I've never really had a lot of luck with arugula though, but when I eat lettuce salad, I like to have like a mixture of a bunch of different things. So we might try to plant kind of a mixture of stuff to have like a salad mix. But that is what's going on in February. I'm really excited at the end of the year to be able to look back through the videos and see how the garden has changed throughout the year. Because especially in these months when it's so brown and dreary outside, it's hard to remember how green and lush the summer is. And it's really nice to look back and remember what the June and July and August garden looks like. So I'm really excited for being able to look back and see. I hope that you guys enjoy being able to see what's going on in the garden here. It's been a pretty mild winter. So normally I'm not able to grow stuff all winter long from the fall. So it's been a pretty mild winter, so there's still a little bit of risk of us getting one more cold snap, but we'll see what happens. What do you guys have growing where you are? Are you starting seeds? Are you getting excited for spring? I can't wait to hear from you. I'll see you next time. Bye.